What a win! Are we still buzzing? I'm still buzzing. I'm still really happy about that win from last night. I couldn't sleep last night and I woke up in a really good mood as well. Thanks to West Ham United. Superb performance. But I'm here to talk about Jesse Lingard in particular. Obviously, man of match for me. And it's not just the fact that he was man of match. It's the way he went about it. The impact he made. And you've got to give context. The guy's only made 3 appearances all season. There was question marks. Is he match sharpness? Is he match fit? He come in. He looked like he'd been playing at West Ham for years. A brace on his debut as well. First West Ham player to score on his debut since Lanzini at Anfield. First one to get 2 goals on his debut since Trevor Sinclair back in 1998. Superb by Jesse. Anyway, let's talk about a few things. In the first half, I thought he was picking up pockets of space magnificently. Every time we went forward, we were looking for Jesse Lingard, I felt. Villa often try and put everything through Jack Grealish, understandably. Last night, I felt we were trying to put most of our play through Jesse Lingard, and not only did he manage it, he was relishing it. Every time we got the ball in midfield or defence, he was dropping deep, he was coming into these pockets of space, getting the ball. Even if he had an opponent around him, it didn't bother him. He was happy to get it, he was confident. His link-up play with Ben Rama in the first half I thought was magnificent. They were making some really nice interchanges, trusting each other, a joy to watch. 1-2 touch football between them, turn and go. Oh, it was just superb by Jesse Lingard last night. I thought he linked up in the first half, especially with Said really well. I thought he was finding Ryan Fredericks out right good as well. There was no outstanding pass to Ryan Fredericks, but it was just doing the simple things. It was just taking a touch, letting Fredericks go forward and giving it to him. There was no offside calls for Ryan Fredericks last night because the passes out to him were done right. There's a few adventurous passes from Jesse, didn't quite work, but you could see what he was trying to do. You could tell he was from Man United. I hope that makes sense, but you could tell he's come from Man U because whenever he got the ball, he turned and he was looking to go forward. He turned up at Villa Park and made Villa Park his own. He dictated everything going forward. In the first half, though, he was shooting on sight, he was shooting from distance, and I liked it. He looked like he was enjoying himself out there. But one thing I thought is key here, and I think I'm noticing more in the first half than the second actually. I felt like he didn't have much defensive responsibilities. Whenever we've played the sort of number 10 role before, whether it's Ben Rama, Bernals, Noble, Lanzini, we've tried all different combinations, and some players are putting good performances. Like I thought Said was really good against Crystal Palace last week in that role, but Jesse Lingard has probably been the best performance we've had this season from someone in that number 10 position already. And it's taken one performance to do it. I thought he was brilliant. But like I said, I think Moyes will get the Ryan Fredericks tactical change over there, putting him over there will receive all the sort of attention, and rightly so, masterstroke. But I think he tweaked what our sort of attacking midfielder does. Either that or Jesse Lingard took it upon himself to change it to his way. But I think Moyes almost gave him not quite a free role, but a license to play the number 10 role is what he wants. Because there's a graphic I'm going to bring up. I'm going to do my confirmation bias here. This is Jesse Lingard's touches. This is where he touched the ball for West Ham last night. The lines are where he took a shot. Those dots, as you can see, there's none in our final third. He did not come back to defend. He didn't have to. But what this meant was, unlike previous games when we got the ball in defence or midfield, we had to go long quite often. We didn't have to do that last night because Lingard was always there. You can see the dots on the screen. He's come into our own half. He's picked up a lot of the ball in the centre circle in the Villa half as well. This is where he was impacting the game. This is what he was trying to do. Left to right as well. There's an even amount of dots on the right hand side, left hand side, and middle. He just got all over the pitch in the final 2/3. Loved it. Joy to watch. He's such a nice footballer. I've always liked Lingard. I know he gets a lot of criticism for his sort of celebrations and his off the pitch sort of brand, if you like. But all I see is a man enjoying his job. That's all I see. And we've always loved Mikel Antonio's celebrations here. That's no different. He plays the smile on his face as well. But the second half, I felt he did come back and defend a bit more. There was a couple of occasions I thought Ben Rama went forward and Villa regained possession. He went out on the left, and you can see him saying to Said Ben Rama, "Stay where you are, just stay in the middle, and then when the ball goes out, we'll switch back over." I was very surprised. Like I said, I was happy we signed Lingard, but I didn't expect that last night. That was a magnificent performance. 91 pass success rate, 2 key passes. It had everything. It was the complete performance from him. What can I say? It was just superb. It really, really was. Moyes got it right. Moyes got it right putting him in there. And then we'll see the sort of the domino effect of having Jesse in this position going forward. It pushes Ben Rama onto the left, and I thought he had his best game for West Ham last night as well. And he's done well in number 10. I just think he can influence the game better on the left, and sometimes we're almost playing him in the middle because there's no one else to play there. Well, now we've got someone there. We can push Ben Rama out into his best position from Brentford as well. We'll see him out there. But the Jesse Lingard's he's almost become a key player for us within 90 minutes. I try not to get carried away with player performances and stuff, but how can you with that? How can you not? Now, I had the suspicion when he's first signed before the window closed that he might end up using Jesse Lingard as a striker should he need to. Should Antonio be unavailable through injury or fitness or suspension, that Lingard may be the striker. And last night, I'm in two minds. Last night, immediately after, when he obviously got his 2 goals, I thought, well, there's our striker. When Antonio's not available, there's our striker. He's got 2 goals. He's shown Moyes his movement off the ball in and around the area. He's shown that he'll shoot. He's shown that he can score goals. That's our second choice striker now. That would mean we're missing him from the number 10. So I haven't convinced myself yet. But what I do think is it certainly gives us the option, should Antonio not be available, that Jesse Lingard can go up front and score goals for West Ham. Maybe I'm getting too carried away because it's on his debut. But you know something? I'm going to allow it. I'm going to allow myself to get carried away because I didn't expect anything from the game last night. I think Villa's a really good team. I still do. So that performance was unbelievable. Probably my favourite performance of the season. Best win of the season, I think, away to Villa. Especially when I felt like when we played them at London Stadium, I think Villa were the better team. So we've gone to their place and played them off the park on their own patch. And 3-1, I thought was a fair reflection of the game in the end. I thought we were just absolutely brilliant. But it just keeps that dream alive of European football. Can we get it to the top 6? Can we go on and win the FA Cup? That performance last night just keeps it burning. And it was an important win as well, given the Liverpool defeat. We go into the Fulham game expecting a victory, really, don't we? We have to. Sure, Moyes has got a headache with what to do with the Ryan Fredericks thing, because that was tailor-made for Jack Grealish and stuff. But what a fantastic headache to have. But one headache he doesn't have is who plays in the number 10 role. I just thought Lingard made everyone around him better. One of my criticisms of Thomas Souček at West Ham, the only criticism, to be clear, is sometimes his passing isn't as influential as it can be. In some games, it doesn't matter. Last night, it doesn't matter. You don't need him to be when you've got someone like Lingard, when you've got someone like Said Benrahma in your team. You don't need Declan Rice and Thomas Souček to do any creative stuff. The people ahead of him do that. It's when the guys in front of them aren't playing very well, or Mark Noble started, there's a bit more pressure on the centre midfield to provide something. So that makes Souček play better. I said this with Benrahma when Benrahma was on number 10. I think it makes Souček play better because he doesn't need to do the passing. But there was one pass last night Souček made. I've not seen him do all season. I could be mistaken, obviously. I'm sure someone will correct me if they have. But in the first half, he picked the ball up round about the centre circle, and he just zipped this low, hard, fast pass through to Lingard in behind Louise and McGinn. And all of a sudden Lingard got it turned, and all of a sudden it was like a 4-on-4 attack for West Ham. Probably the best pass I've seen Souček do that wasn't his head since joining West Ham. But Lingard's reading of the game was just outstanding last night. He was where he needed to be at all times. For his first goal, his second goal, he times his runs perfectly well. He takes his first touch, he finishes well. Sure, the keeper should be doing better for both of them, but it doesn't matter, does it? The fact is, he's taking the shots, he's got the goals, he's done the hard work to go in and get there. I thought he was just... I'm not being this excited by a player for... No, a little bit, to be fair. I think it helps that I know Lingard, whereas other players we signed like Souček I've never heard of, so they come in, it's like, who's this guy? Let's have a look at him. But with Lingard, we know what he can do. He was England's best player 3 years ago. I think it was 3 years ago. I thought he was England's best player. He's got his eyes set on European football. I say European football, he's got his eyes set on the Euros for England, and so he should. Southgate was at the game last night. I'm sure Southgate would come away thinking he was the best English player on the pitch. He's given himself a chance, a small chance. When we first got him, I thought he's not getting in that England team. He'd have to play ridiculously good between now and the end of the season to even get into consideration. Play like that a few more times, and I think he is in Southgate's. But the other thing I liked, and this is the last point I'm going to make, is the interview. I watched it this morning Normally I have to do these videos at 6 a.m. before work, but I don't have work anymore. I don't have a job anymore, so I'm able to do these videos. I'm able to watch Jesse Lingard's interview. So I was watching the highlights. I watched Jesse Lingard's interview after the game. I love him. I love him already. You can't help but smile watching him smiling. You know, the interviewer, she made the right questions. She asked him 2 or 3 times about the fact that he scored 2 goals on his debut. And he just kept batting away. He said, we've got the 3 points. That's the main thing. It's a good team here. Everybody's happy. We've got the 3 points. And she said, yeah, but, you know, what a perfect way to make your debut. He said, yeah, I know, but getting 3 points. And, you know, in the end, he said it again and started laughing as if saying, well, this is all I'm going to say. But he said, at the end, he basically said, you know, I just want to play football. He says, I've been sort of smiling before we started. I was smiling during the game. I'm obviously smiling after it. And I just loved that mentality of a footballer, someone that he just enjoys his job. He just wants to play football. You know, he did his interview when he first joined, his like announcement interview, and he said in there, you know, he just wants to play football. He wants to work hard and get on the pitch. You know, he's got on there, he's made it count. You know, Moyes gave him an opportunity, and it's brave of Moyes. I think it would have been easy for Moyes to stick with Bowen and Fornals, but he didn't. He changed it up. He took a bit of a risk, gambled, and it massively paid off with Fredericks and Jesse Lingard. The only people that lose out on this gamble is Bowen and Fornals. They're going to struggle to get into the team now for Saturday, obviously. You know, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, what we're going to do with the deal because we don't have an option to buy. We knew that. It is a bit frustrating. It is a bit of a shame. But all we have to do is hope that in the next 4 months, Jesse enjoys his football at West Ham, puts in performances like that, and then naturally he'll want to stay at West Ham. Yeah, he could go back to Man Utd. He's a Man United fan. He loves the club. Got no doubt about it. But he's been given three small opportunities at Old Trafford this season. We've given him 1 after less than a week at the club. He's took it. I don't know. I just get a feeling with the way the club's going at the minute, the way the team are, with the team around. You can see everyone smiling. You saw Nolan going up to Lingard after the game, giving him big hugs and stuff. You could see how happy he was. I'd just like to think that in the next few months, if things go well, he might want to stay at West Ham regardless of no option to buy. And I guess the question would be then is how much are we going to have to pay for him? But what a performance, what a start from Jesse Lingard. Love it, and I'm already looking forward to Saturday. I cannot wait for the Fulham game. Anyway, I'm going to disappear. Just wanted to share one's happiness and just praise Jesse Lingard. What a debut. Anyway, if you've enjoyed this video, please drop a like on it, subscribe to the channel. Massive thank you to everyone that has subscribed so far. We hit 16,000 subscribers last night, so that's really pleasing, much appreciated. I'll be back tonight with Gonzo. We'll be looking ahead to the Fulham game and discussing what Moyes is going to do with the Villa blueprint. Is he going to stick with it, or is he going to have to change something? See you then.